Hey everyone, please don't mind me. I'm at work right now, just finishing one of these last extra credit assignments, Module 7. Today I wanted to do a presentation on the topic of race and ethnicity. Mostly it's highlighting race and ethnicity as a structural inequality in the United States by focusing on a functionalist and conflict perspective. The functionalist perspective argues that social happenings and roles are present and maintained as they give balance and function to a society. A good example of this could be the idea that homelessness creates social work and therefore functions as a means to give jobs to workers in the welfare industry. It's just one of the many functionalist perspectives that are of abundance. When we think of the conflict perspective, we can think of Marx's ideas, mostly that inequalities exist because there's a power disbalance. And it is this balance actually that we are able to have different social classes, and because of this balance, it is these social classes that take advantage of each other for capital, creating a common worker and a boss, or more in Marx's words, the proletariat and the bourgeoisie. Now, when we loop back around and we think about inequalities in the United States, we can begin to see how inequalities work as a function for our society. So here's a good example. By us stratifying minorities into low-income communities, we can separate the kind of work and the kind of work roles that are assumed to our race and our ethnicity. And I see this a lot, I'm Mexican. By stratifying individuals from Mexico, often immigrants, to work in agriculture, we are able to reduce labor costs and in turn take more advantage. It becomes an advantage for stockholders and the industry CEO. They get to maintain their power and they contribute immensely to our economy. So yes, it can be looked at as a functionalist perspective that this is not that it's a good thing, but that it creates balance and maintains the structure of our society. But of course, this is just one example of how structural inequality can stratify us. It serves in helping us understand that our roles in society also maintain its balance. In other words, there we go. It sounds a lot better. But on the other hand, if you look at these inequalities through a conflict perspective, the rhetoric changes. See, yes, our roles function to maintain society, but often these roles are maintained and created as a method for the wealthy to maintain their wealth and social dominance. If we begin to look at these inequalities through a conflict perspective, we can begin to understand that capital doesn't really exist. We make it. It's a human construct, and we make it by exploiting each other, and the ones who actually reap the benefits are the ones higher on the structural inequality ladder. So the managers, the CEOs, the people that own these corporations are the ones that are taking advantage of the workers. And again, this is just an example of this perspective being put onto race and ethnicity. Why race and ethnicity? Because usually the people that have these lower end jobs, usually the people that get stratified are minorities. The way I put it in my argument was those who get the short end of the stick have food insecurities, and often housing insecurities are the same ones that are minorities and persons of color. In this talk, I took the time to explain both functionalist and conflict perspectives on the structural inequalities based on race and ethnicity in the United States. These perspectives are not limited to race and ethnicity, but rather used to highlight the systemic issues in our present-day society. Thank you.